Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. Today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure Waves Moon Knight. So here we have Moon Knight in the previous standard Marvel Legends packaging with the plastic window. So like I said with my Hawkeye video, so I think this is one of the last waves, if not the very last wave to have this kind of packaging. So at the front here we have the Moon Knight series logo. At the top we get a crescent moon for Moon Knight. At the side we get some nice artwork of Moon Knight. Same on the other side. And at the back we get a brief bio of the character. If you want to read it, you can pause the video. And here we have the other figures from the wave. Alright, let's get Moon Knight out of the packaging. So here we have Moon Knight. So Moon Knight is a character that I've been wanting to see in the MCU for quite some time, so I'm really excited for this figure. Anyway, before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. So Moon Knight doesn't really come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but he does come with two pairs of interchangeable hands, two crescent darts, and his cape. So these fisted hands look good. I like the sculpted details, the bandages that we get here on his gloves. I also love the light gray off-white color that we have here. I think it adds a bit of mileage to his fists here, so that's great. The same goes for his weapon holding hands, so these hands have a sideways hinge to them for throwing instead of the usual up and down that we get on the other pair of hands. Again, nice sculpted bandages, and I really like the light gray off-white color here. It looks really good. We also have his crescent darts here, so these are Moon Knight's primary weapon of choice. And we get some nice gold paint apps on these pieces here. There's a bit of marbling, but it's not enough to bother me a lot. We also get some nice sculpted details here, like the engraving. Wow, really nice. And these two pieces also click together if you want to make one big crescent dart, so I like that too. And lastly, we have his cape here, and while it looks clean and good, I'm not a big fan of this piece here. Since Moon Knight is a character who leaps off buildings and is kind of an acrobat, I think it would have been better if Hasbro gave us a postable cape, like the customized wired capes that some people make for this exact purpose. I'm actually working on one right now, so it's a bit of a work in progress. So yeah, with this cape here, the poses for Moon Knight are going to be extremely limited. Anyway, it also has a peg here, so porting it in the back is easy, just like so. So I think the MCU design for Moon Knight's suit is excellent. However, for those not familiar with the character, Moon Knight's suit in the comics is actually more tactical than magical. While Khonshu does give him his moon-based powers, the suit itself is not from the god of the moon, so his original suit was actually made of Kevlar armor, which was later upgraded to adamantium. Also, the suit doesn't give him flight, but rather it just allows him to glide over distances. So starting with the head sculpt, I love what we're getting here. So with the hood, we get a crescent moon here in the middle, and all the patterns here on the sides. And again, I like the light gray off-white color that we get here for Moon Knight. And I also like the stormy gray here on the inside, the dark gray. I think it serves to make the darkness inside pop out even more, if that makes sense. The face itself is very well done, so we get some nice sculpted bandages on the lower half of his face here. And I really like this design concept for Moon Knight in the MCU, so I think it's a good decision to do a mummy-like suit for him, being a character with moon-based powers from an Egyptian god. So yeah, I love the head sculpt that we get here. I do wish they gave us an alternate head sculpt though for Marc Spector with Oscar Isaac's likeness, but it's not really a big loss for me since I'm probably gonna display him in the mask most of the time. And the rest of the figure is extremely good in my opinion. So starting with the torso piece here, we get a large gold crescent moon piece here, so that serves as his symbol. This is also where he gets his crescent darts in the show. The gold looks good, and the silver here is nice as well. And you get a lot of sculpted bandages in the pattern here. I like that a lot. So I think the armor here is one gold plating and the bandages just wrap around it towards the center. And we also get more bandages here on the lower torso as well. Really good. Nice gold piece here on the belt area, but judging by the pattern, I think the center is supposed to be silver to make the crescent moon shape here stand out even more. It's just a minor gripe, but not enough to annoy me. And we also get some sculpted tears here at the end. I think that's nice. It adds more mileage to the suit. Really nice. The arms look good as well. So again, nice sculpted bandages. Nice gold touches here again. Another gold crescent moon at the elbows. And nice gold wristbands too. Really nice. And the back of the figure is also sculpted well. Nice bandages again. The legs on this figure are also amazing. So the thighs here, we get this Egyptian hieroglyphs and it's neatly done. We also get some wrinkling here. Wow, really good. I do think the whole figure could do with a bit of black wash to make the figure look even grittier or more realistic, but what we get here is still awesome. So yeah, I think the sculpt and paint ups on this figure are amazing. Now let's go over the articulation on this figure. Despite the hood hindering the head movement, I still think the overall articulation on this figure is excellent. So Moon Knight can look up only that far, but he can look down all the way there, so that's great. His head does rotate. You do get a little bit of neck pivot as well. His arms bend upward that far over the 90-degree mark. That looks great. And he can bend them down all the way as well. His shoulders do rotate 360. We get a bicep swivel. Pinless double jointed elbows. His wrists do rotate and move up and down while the other hands have a sideways motion to it. We also get a diaphragm pivot that allows him to bend forwards, backwards, sideways, and rotate side to side. His legs can kick forward that far and a bit backwards. His hips move outward very far, that's great. He has an upper thigh cut. Pinless double jointed knees. His ankles move up and down, and he has ankle pivot as well. Now for some figure comparisons, here's Moon Knight next to some other characters in the MCU. So we have Iron Man, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Doctor Strange. And I think he lines up pretty well with these other figures. And here's Moon Knight next to the only other figure that I have from this wave right now. We have Hawkeye. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Wave Moon Knight. So despite my issues with the cape, I think the accessories are very decent. He has an amazing sculpt and paint apps, and excellent articulation. So I think this figure is awesome. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so I got this figure from the Red Lily Project. So they have these figures up for sale right now, but they also offer them up for trade if you have some old figures from Marvel Legends or Black Series, etc. So you can trade them up if you're a bit low on cash. So if you want to check them out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, I do appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media. Links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.